Very briefly, what I'm about to show you is an attempt at researchers to elicit a response from a Sasquatch by taking everyday objects that they have realized that are being moved around at night and then chaining them up together. And that would be a set of old tires, and they chained them to a tree. And the results were that the alleged Sasquatch literally destroyed the tree to get the tires, and in doing so, quite a bit of audio and the visuals, unfortunately, and I'll show you why the visuals didn't work out. Let's take a look at that. This is the setup at night, and this is the big mirror, and they had a lantern back there, and a lantern sitting in a chair, and they thought that they would get it on in the mirror as it occurred, because these things tended not to get directly in front of the camera. But what happened was that bright light from the lantern caused the iris of the camera to close, and it darkened everything. And they say that you can see some of it if you get in a completely dark room and in a good quality version of this copy of it, you can see it. But as it stands right now, I just have the audio, and this, you see the setup they got there. This is what they call the setup. And we'll watch this thing and listen to it. And I've got the audio amplified, so let's listen to it and then I'll show you some pictures. Let me show you a picture first beforehand, before the tree is destroyed. Well, here's part of the setup. It's not the entire setup, because this is after it had been disturbed and they had the mirror down looking at it. But it had been disturbed on this particular night, but not torn up. So it's kind of just sitting there chained up, and that's the tree, and it's called a bodock tree. We call it a bodock tree in the South, and it's known for its toughness. It's a very difficult tree to cut, a very difficult tree to break or to bend. It's just a really, really tough piece of wood, and for it to have wrenched it off like that, it must have been pretty powerful. So let's listen to the audio, and then we'll take a picture of it afterwards. We'll look at a picture of it afterwards. And this all occurred in the summer of 2003. So let's take a look. Now you can hear the sound of the tires being pulled around and the chains being rattled and everything, and it's a strain as it tried to wrench those tires off of that tree and break that tree down and get those tires off, which it eventually did succeed, but it took it all night long. We'll resume after this is 3 hours later. You'll hear some dogs come out and take issue with it. And then the dogs bark at it, and then it eventually responds by barking back at the dogs. It tries to mimic the dogs, but you can tell the difference between the two. And it eventually does get those tires and makes off with them, and I got some pictures of the aftermath. But let's listen to the second set taken 3 hours later. Here's a photo of that tree taken after that evening, after that night's events. Like I said, this is a Bodoc tree, or Bois d'Arc tree, or however you want to say it, but known here in the South as one very, very tough piece of wood to break. And those people who have seen it in those conditions, like in really dark room, say they can see the figure of the Bigfoot or Sasquatch actually run body first into the tree, trying to break it down. And not only that, but after a day or two, a day or a night or two, they brought the tires back and placed them on that stump. And here's a photo of that. This is all pretty interesting. What do you think about it? Are you hearing something special? Is the voice that you hear and the sounds that you're hearing there under the envelope of darkness, does it sound like something unique or something perhaps that a human probably or perhaps could not do? That's what video wise, audio wise, we look for is something in the audio or video that tells us that it's something unique and that it's not just a person that's trying to fool everybody. So do you see what I see in this video? That's the question that I have for you, and I thank you for your time.